These Palestinians won back their land, lost to Israel 70 years ago. What they're getting are bullets and tear gas.
Those cowards who are hiding behind the hills and armed to the teeth, protected to the teeth with high-velocity rifles to use them as snipers against civilians, shame on them. They are the cowards who are facing defenseless civilians and killing them as one would go hunting in the open fields.
Since these protests began nearly a month ago, dozens of Palestinians have been shot dead by Israeli forces and thousands injured. The United Nations has called the loss of life deplorable and said Israel seems to have repeatedly used live rounds and excessive force against unarmed demonstrators. And hospitals in Gaza are finding it hard to cope, their resources already limited by Israel's 11-year blockade.
Our medical resources have hit rock bottom. The health authorities must provide more medical supplies for us to continue to treat the patients.
But the violence has not slowed the Palestinians' great march of return. Their numbers are growing, most young men. Israeli forces say they only target Hamas fighters, but the UN says Israeli tactics are not in line with international law.
And it's difficult to see how children, even those throwing stones, can present a threat of imminent death or serious injury to heavily protected security force personnel.
The Palestinians call the creation of Israel the Nakba, or catastrophe, and plan to protest until its 70th anniversary on May 15th. But international observers are increasingly concerned. The day before, the United States is also due to go ahead with its controversial decision to open its embassy in Jerusalem. And that's expected to fuel more protests and possibly another lethal response from Israel. Reagan Des Vignes, TRT World.